Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Black Ops 3 In Depth. In today's episode, we're going to be reviewing the 205 Brecci, which is secretly kind of awesome after the most recent patch. I was preparing to tell you this gun was garbage and you shouldn't use it, but Vonderhaar really fixed it up in the most recent patch. The Treyarch team, we give too much credit to him. There's a whole team of like 200 people that work on this game, and the gun is pretty dadgum good. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the stats, and do remember to check out the previous episode to understand what I'm talking about with the weird shotgun damage. The flat damage is 50 up close. It'll decrease to 40 at medium range, and do keep in mind that's still not very far away with shotguns, and then down to 33 at long range, which is actually kind of average for the shotgun class. Even though it looks really low for shotguns, that's average for Black Ops 3. The pellet bonus damage is low again, like the KRM. It'll deal 2 damage at any range, and since you have 8 pellets, it can go up to a maximum of 16 bonus damage. So for this shotgun, it doesn't seem very important to get your pellets on as much as it does just to spam people and get the flat bonus hits, and I think that's very much so true. The Brecci can take up to 4 shots to kill, but usually it's going to be 2 or 3. It's not too often 4 shots to kill unless they're like really far away. The vast majority of the time, I would say I get 2-shot kills with this weapon, and like 95-98% of the time it's going to be 3 shots to kill and they are done. And you're probably going to ask me, like, what's the maximum 1-shot kill range? And the answer is you can't. There is no maximum 1-shot kill range. Even if you get in barrel stuffing range and shove this gun right up the other player's rear end, it won't kill them. Even if you make them swallow the barrel and shoot them right square in the head, you won't kill them in 1 shot, so don't worry about going for it. One thing I will point out, however, is that the silencer will cause you to deal 30% less damage at all ranges except for the maximum one, so I would highly recommend avoiding the silencer at all costs. That's going to make this gun pretty much garbage tier. One very unusual thing about the Brecci, though, is that it has a headshot multiplier of 1.4x, which is awesomely high. This is the highest headshot multiplier in Black Ops 3 except for sniper rifles, and all the other shotguns don't have any headshot multiplier, so I have no idea why this one is so high. And I thought about it and I said, you know what, I'm going to take a look at the pellet spread because I bet there's something missing here. So here I am on Nuketown shooting the wall again so that I can show you the regular HIPFIRE pellet spread. However, when I aim down sights, you'll notice the pellet spread is absurdly tight. Like, that's one of the biggest differences in the game with the exception of the Argus. And what that means is if you aim down sights and dink people in the head, you'll get 16 bonus damage times 1.4, which is a lot of bonus damage if you want to aim down sights and headshot people. It is very good at going for headshots, and I would recommend it if you have the skill to do it. However, do keep in mind you still can't 1-shot kill with a headshot. The damage is still too low, unfortunately. I thought I couldn't, so I usually go the spam route. In this video, you're mostly just seeing spam kills. Rate of fire is 212 rounds per minute, semi-automatic. That's slow for most any other gun, but pretty fast for a shotgun. Shotguns, we tend to think about it being really slow fire. Of course, it is slower than the Haymaker, and being semi-automatic, you have to time it with your own trigger finger. The lower rate of fire makes it a little bit awkward to handle, and you will very often oversample, so sometimes just a little bit slower and conservative fire rate will help. Rapid fire only makes it shoot 6% faster, so that's another attachment that I would recommend avoiding. One of the weaknesses of the weapon is its magazine size. The base magazine size is only 8, and extended mags is only going to take you up to 11, so in my opinion, that's not very good at all. For my money, I'm going to say that fast mags or extended mags are preferred because you're going to burn through that very quickly. Fast mags keeps you in the action longer, but extended mags also gives you more reserve ammo, so it just kind of depends on which one you want. If you really want to run both, you can. It's not the worst thing ever. And I'm going to say the iron sights are workable. Yeah, they're not the greatest, they're not amazing, but I really don't need a red dot or anything on this weapon, and I do think it is better when hip firing. Yeah, you can aim down sights and dink people in the head and get a lot of extra bonus damage and stuff, but overall I feel it's just better hip firing and spamming. The recoil on this weapon is kind of weird. It's really strange. It's like hard left. Like, the recoil is basically like straight left. It pulls in a very awkward direction, and it's even worse when you aim down sights. It just magnifies the recoil problems, and it'll pull really hard to the left and be kind of awkward to handle. It's right, most guns kick up instead of a direction like that. It has good hipfire spread, which is pretty much the same as all the other shotguns. Nothing special there. It actually doesn't, not wider, tighter, or anything like that. And of course, I'm going to recommend laser sight. That tightens up your spread, gets the most bonus pellets in. Or if you really want to have wide spread so that you're more likely to get more hits if you aim poorly, you you can do that. But I'm all about tighter spread, more bonus damage. It's always better in my opinion. Aim down sights time is slow at 250 milliseconds, or slow for the class. This is the same as the KRM, but both the Argus and the Haymaker ADS faster than this. I don't think you're going to be running quick draw grip on it because I don't think many of you are going to be ADS and you're mostly going to be hipfire spamming. Reload time is 2.4 seconds, which is normal for the class. That would be slow compared to a lot of other weapons in the game, but hey, it's a shotgun and you can reload your whole mag real fast. It's not like a KRM where you got to put in one shell at a time. You won't have to deal with that level of annoyance. The wall penetration factor is 0. Again, none of the shotguns allow you to wall penetrate without FMJ, and even with FMJ, the wall penetration factor is rather low, so it's pretty much impossible to wallbang with, and I would recommend against it at all costs. Near to the end of this in-depth episode, we're going to talk about my opinion and feelings on this gun, and my feeling is, why is this gun so good? I just kind of like it for some reason, and I don't know why. I thought I would hate this gun. Mathematically, it's not the strongest. It certainly has some awkward handling attributes, but I got really good gameplay with it. Not just here, but I did really well when I was going for, if I'm not mistaken, smoke grenades in depth. It's really easy to kill people with this weapon, and I just found it easy to use and liked it way more than I thought I would. I think the weapon is best used when spamming aggressively. Just run out there, hip-fire people, pull the trigger as fast as you can, or time it well. That's probably a little bit better advice. And just spam, 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 and you're going to get plenty of kills. However, it does have an alternative. It can be used to get headshots. You can kill people quicker with headshots, and I don't recommend it, but some of you are tryhards. I mean, it's definitely easier if you're getting camos or whatever. Some of you are going to go for it, and it's totally acceptable to do that if you want to. I just think spamming is a much better way to go. And the only real downside of the weapon is it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. I just wish it did a little bit more damage. Like maybe if it were, I don't know, 3 shots to kill max instead of 4, it would be a tremendously better weapon. As for what I think is best on it, I'm going to recommend Gung Ho, Laser Sight, and then either extended or fast mags. You're going to burn through your magazine very quickly, so extended and fast mags is going to be essential on this weapon. Gung Ho, very nice of course, because you can shoot while sprinting. Laser Sight tightens up your hipfire spread. It's a pretty standard shotgun class, and like the other shotguns, I'm going to recommend running it with specialists that work well aggressively, overdrive, kinetic armor, or glitch. Had some people ask why I'm not recommending specialist weapons. I think that's because you can run a specialist weapon with almost anything, and the abilities are more situational. But if you did want to run a weapon, I'd recommend a more long-range one like the Scythe or Annihilator or something like that. Guys, that is all for this in-depth episode. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. The previous episode was on the KRM 262, where I also explained the unusual damage properties, and the next one is going to be on the Haymaker spammy shotgun. Drifter out.